This is Sweetie Berry with Between Us Girls and the Women of Dare Whimsy. This week is a national holiday here in America, and it is going to be a Sunday's Mother's Day. Mother's Day was only brought about in the early 1900s, and today we're going to use Mother's Day as the excuse to learn and play creatively. We've invited Ashley Aliko, an artist from California, to teach us a fun skill in card making with pop-up Mother's Day card or pop-up flower card. We hope that you'll join us. You might want to take time right now to go grab a pair of scissors, 2 or 3 sheets of cardstock or paper if you don't have cardstock. Even a magazine would work. But we'd love you to participate with us. If you have a glue stick or Elmer's glue, that will be important to the project. Elmer's will not work as well in this project, so a glue stick would be much better choice, or paste. We're going to do something fun and creative because, you know, one of the things that we like to do at Dare Whimsy is to encourage play, and imperfect play, and to absolutely bring together people who are embarrassed at how they do them, and to learn new things together, to laugh and to cheer each other on as we go. You know, this season of the year, there are so many holidays and times and experiences that require a card. So this is a fun segue, whether you're a mom or whether your mom's gone, or whether you are a stepmom or just a person who appreciates the mothering someone's done in your life. That's really not the point. The point is to create something fun and to learn to appreciate the fun of doing something personalized for someone else. Maybe that person's even yourself. So let me introduce to you Ashley Aliko. You can find out more about Ashley at ashleyAliko.com, and if you have personal questions, you can email at her at classeswithashley@gmail.com. Good morning, Ashley. It's good to have you with us as one of the women of Dare Whimsy, and don't you look lovely today?
Thank you. Good morning. It's so good to be here on this Wednesday morning. You all look so great. Are you ready to create?
Absolutely. Of course.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to start out with our square piece of paper. And let's see here. I'm having a little bit of a technical glitch here. I'm not able to see what's going on the screen. So I'm going to do this a little bit blind, but we're all going to have fun in the end, and we're going to create this beautiful pop-out card. So I'm going to start with my paper. Does everyone have some paper available to them? Awesome, awesome. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so you have the 8.5 by 11 paper. Go ahead and fold it in half and cut it, and then fold it in half again and cut it. So you have 4 pieces. Altogether, we're going to need 7 pieces of paper. So I've already folded this piece of paper. Fold it in half. But you need to get your paper down to size. Otherwise, your flowers are going to be really big. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to... Oh, awesome, sweetie. Thank you so much. So fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. And see how these sides are closed? You want to make sure that we are turning the flower part. So this is open. You want to turn it this way, and then do the same on the other side. We have 7 opportunities to do this, so we're all going to get it. I know it seems a little complicated right now, but it really isn't. And then we're going to do a little triangle like that. So let me start from the beginning again. Your paper is folded in half. Fold it again in half. And then fold a little angle up here. And do the same on the other side. Now you don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but this makes a pretty petal right here. And, you know, flowers are kind of uneven, so cut this any way you want. You can put little, I'm just going to cut mine in the round like this to make it easy. And then when we pull it out, have a flower. Okay, so you're going to do that 7 times. Give me a hands up if you understand. Beautiful, sweetie. That's beautiful. How about you, Gail? Are you ready to share? Let me see. That looks fantastic. And Martina, how you doing? Beautiful. Okay, now what we're going to do is, do you see one of these sections right here that you've cut? It has a fold. Go ahead and cut one of those sections out. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do next.
Like that, Ashley?
Yes, perfect, sweetie. Now what you're going to do is put the flower together like this. So it gives it a little depth. So we're going to use our glue stick right here, and then we're going to put the flower together like this. Okay? And we'll do this 7 times. How's everyone feeling? Good?
Good. Good.
Okay, and then once you have your flowers laid out like so, you're just going to make sure that you can fold it in half like this.
It helps if you take the cover off the glue stick.
That's fantastic. Yes, it does.
Just in case y'all were wondering why yours isn't gluing. All right, for those of you that are coming in late, you're going to need to take your sheet of paper and to first come into fourthing your paper. In other words, if you have an 8x11 sheet of paper, then you're going to fold it into fourths so that you have 4 different pieces of paper that are now this size. Okay, if you don't have an 8x11, maybe you have a stationary pad, or maybe you have a Post-it pad, which is what I first built this on. You just need to end up with 7 square sheets of paper that are smaller than the fold-over card you want to glue them to. Okay, after you have those 7 sheets of paper, you want to take the edge and fold it in half, then in half again. And as Ashley's taught us, that where the edges are, you want to fold back. Keep the folded sides together to go down to a triangle on one side, and then fold the other side backwards the other way. Create the petals. And she even encouraged to go one more time to look like this on each side. At that point, the pointed side, the folded side, should be where your thumb is, and where you're cutting is on the edges side. So you're making a shape of your flowers. Whatever shape you cut is the outside shape of your petals. Actually, says she did hers in a curve to make it simple. You do that, it looks like this. All right?
That's beautiful, sweetie. Beautiful.
I'm a learner. You've taught us, and now I've figured it out.
You're so good.
All right. Now, everyone should be with us on the same page again for those who came in late, because we always have a few viewers who show up late. So there's a quick recap. Tell us what to do next.
Okay, so do you have your 7 flowers ready?
4.
Your 7 petals ready?
I think most of us are up to 3 or 4, so we may still be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to set our petals out. And here's a little diagram. And how we're going to glue them is you're going to glue your first 3 petals right here. Can you see that?
Okay, are those petals folded in half, or are they petals folded into fourths?
They're folded in half only.
Okay.
So this is the diagram for when we get their 7 petals ready.
You know, you don't have to be a mother to send a card on Mother's Day or to receive one. So many of us do some mothering activities, whether it's saying good morning to our postal worker or whether it's appreciating someone who keeps the nursery at a church or organization, or whether it's someone who just notices that it's your day and reminds you of how special you are. There's all kinds of mothering going on that has nothing to do with birthing a child. So many people get hung up on my mom's already gone or I don't have any children. There's no reason to let that stop from celebrating those people who have mothered you and for those people you mother. I know many, many mentors who've never had children of their own, but they have thousands of children of their own because they've spent the time and effort on people.
How are you doing with the cutting of the flowers? Has anyone come up against a little oopsie?
Well, you have to define the oopsie. If you meant them all,
Yes.
compared to, I think we have all.
Might be like when you're cutting and you folded it and your open edges are here, and then you cut the flower, so your open edges are here, and then you decided to cut, but this isn't going to give you the result you want.
That's what mine looked like. So I improvised, Ashley.
Oh, that's not a problem. That's fantastic. So improvisation is good. Fantastic. I'm glad I asked the question. So when you fold in half, let me see if I can show you. No, the camera isn't going to go that low. Okay, so fold in half, and the open edge is here. And we fold in half again. So the open edge is here and here. And we want to, let me double check here. We want to take it from the folded edge and fold it up like this. And again on the other side. Then that folded edge right here is folded. So before you cut your flower, you want to make sure that all of these are folded. You see? All of these are folded. Does that make sense? Now I'm going to cut this. Like so. And we know that we can do this because we're going to be able to fold it, unfold it like this, and everything's going to stick together. We're going to have one large flower. Was that helpful? Shall I do it again?
I think they're just in the process of cutting for the most part at this point. Is that if they're cutting and gluing, it's going to take them just a minute longer to get there. Today we're at Between Us Girls and we're learning how to make a pop-up flower card. It's almost Mother's Day here, and so we're enjoying having a craft activity that can be used for all kinds of occasions, whether it's Mother's Day, a spring shower, a wedding shower, a baby shower. There are all kinds of uses for this type of card, and of course just learning to make and take is a use enough. Sometimes it's fun just to make a card that says you're special, just to give to someone that you don't even know on the way by. There are all kinds of reasons to make cards.
That's a really fun idea, sweetie. I love that. Sometimes when I ride the bus, I'll leave a little envelope or present on the back of the seat that I'm sitting in, and that's really fun. It's like abandoned art. You know, I never know who's going to get it, but it's just a really fun thing to do.
Madison and I love to do on the day after Valentine's Day. We go and buy all the half-price flowers. We buy dozens of them and just go all over the city passing out a hand flower with a ribbon and saying, have a happy day and hope you're
Oh, that's beautiful.
our annual traditions that we just have such a fun thing with. And with children, it's so fun to do the same thing with cards, to do a hand-drawn card at hospitals or nursing homes, or to do it on the bus if you're in a city large enough to have a bus, or to go to an office, like a utilities office or the driver's license place, where they're just always so slammed and to leave a little sunshine.
Absolutely. I love that idea. You know, it makes all the difference when you are able to recognize people and give them a little love. You know, nothing that they have to be beholden to give back to you. It's just, an expression of really appreciating them.
Right. Care is always good. Care without expectation is empowering to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we better move on to the next step because our time is quickly running out at 10:17.
Oh my goodness, time flies when you're in the midst of crafting. How's everyone doing on their flowers? How many do you have ready, sweetie?
I have all 7 ready and the 4 stacked at the bottom that you asked, and I think I've laid the other 3 out correctly waiting.
You are so fast. You're so good.
Well, I don't know that it's fast or good. I've just tried.
There you go.
We will see as time goes on how fast or good it came out.
Okay, so now what I want you to do is, this will be your first arrangement. Glue the 3 petals, 1, 2, 3, here.
Okay.
Okay, so arrange your flowers in this diagram, and the next 2, you're going to glue only 2 spots, right here and right here, okay? And then on the next one, so you want to make sure that the glue is up, facing up, so that when you put your flower, you're going to put this will be the non-glued side. So you're just going to place the flower directly on here. Okay? This one should be turned around. Let me know when you have these 3 flowers glued.
Okay.
This one only has 2 glue spots, and this one has 2 glue spots. Okay, are you ready to glue this one? So place this flower on top of this one. Place this flower on top of this one, making sure that the points are going as they're diagrammed here. Okay?
Okay.
And then this one, you should have 3 glue spots available for this flower. You're going to place this flower on top of these 3 glue spots.
Again, rolling up the glue stick is very useful at this point.
Oh.
Martina, I need your help.
Yes.
Um,
I doubt it.
I need a little more assistance. I think my uniformity may be hurting me on the gluing together part.
As long as it's glued in 3 spots or 2 spots, that's what you want.
Okay.
And remember, to rub down the glue, you can open up the flower a little bit to ensure that you get nice adhesion. So,
Glad there's no grades in this art class.
I glued the first flower in the 3 spots. The second flower, 2 spots are glued. And this is what it looks like put together. Do you see?
I don't think I've ever heard Gail Roddy be this quiet. I know what to do now.
Put her in a craft project.
Where is Sarah Cook when we need her? She would have had them cut out perfectly for us, and we would have been able to do this much easier. Oh, preparation.
Now this is not, how it's going to end up, but I want to show you a little bit about what's going to happen. So this is only with 4 flowers. And when you put it on the card, they open up. Do you see what's happening?
Oh, it's working. Oh my 7th flower has run away.
And there are so many variations to this type of paper craft.
There are even more variations when your fingers have glue in them now.
Absolutely. That's the thing, don't sweat about how perfect it is. It isn't about perfection. This is about your expression. And this is the first time, if this is the first time that you're doing it, don't sweat it. Practice a couple more times if you want to really delve more into this. But this is just another way of creating what looks complicated, breaking it down, and making it into its most simplest of forms. This is it would be easy to get perfectionistic with this particular craft, you know, because you want it to turn out a certain way the first time going out. But I would say, you know, let that go, have fun with it, and we're almost done. So I'm just going to do my flower form with 4 flowers, and I'm getting ready to glue mine down. So I'm going to glue just this area here.
How's it looking, Gail? Hold yours up. Let's see. Oh.
I'm going to have to work through it again.
Same here.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. It's kind of meditative.
Oh, sweetie, that's beautiful.
That is
Mine's going to end up
beautiful.
more of a bouquet.
Look at that. That's awesome, though. I love your paper.
Thanks.
Mine is just going to have to be put together again, but that's all right. I'll get it.
You had some collage ideas, too, right?
Yeah.
Gail, where you're going to do some collage papers and copy them. And, you know, what a great way to say I love you and put some words on it. And
Oh, I like that.
Oh, it's pretty.
I just used, my mom had these old recipe cards from the 60s, and she didn't want them, so I'm going to use them for making different projects.
Cool.
Use what you have.
And you know what? Make this yours. If, for whatever reason, the instructions, you know, suited you fine, but you just have the mind to do something a little different, do it. That's the way things are invented. That's the genius moment. You know, make it yours. Do something that is unexpected. So this is not the 7 flower pop-up. This is the 4 flower pop-up. And, you know, it's just a little different.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pictures, the cardstock I'm working is left over from our project a year ago, so it's just using what we have, making it work.
You have been so wonderful to participate with me doing this. This is awesome. Everyone's project looks so fun.
A fun project.
It is.
Great idea, Ashley.
Oh, thank you, Gail. I hope that your mom loves your card. You know she will. She for sure. And your artwork is so beautiful. It's going to be really fun to see what you end up with. If you care to share, if you're inclined, I would love to see your final projects, what you decide to do in the end.
I will show you, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to have to run through the video again, but I will.
It's close to the end. I just have to figure out how to get the stem for whatever this is.
That was good, Martina.
Oh, I love it. That's a
Love the
really
color.
beautiful variation.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Do you think that you'll do the stem like in a covered straw, you know, and maybe cover it with paper?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because it'll probably go to my daughter and my granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're at the end of our time, and this just proves to us that we need more opportunities to create art together, and this is such a fun way to gather friends, even when you can't be together. So many of my friends happen to be going through chemo this season, and this is a good way on Skype or a Google Hangout to get together and have time with a friend, even when you can't be with that friend. In our case, our team at the Women of Dare Whimsy are miles and hundreds of miles, sometimes thousands of miles apart, and this is an activity that can bring us together and help us laugh and learn together and have fun. You know, today's technology allows gifted and creative women to use the technology in gifted and creative ways. And sharing art together is a fun way to learn and a fun way to have time. And there are such things as supper clubs. There's also such things as card clubs, where members of the group make a card and mail it to the next one on the list, and then rotate that around. And that's a highly organized thing, but it's also very fun just to see what the surprise idea is off of each person's concept. Because as you saw, we had the same instructions, but each one of us came up with our own variation of it.
And I love that.
And so it really is a choice. Again, Mother's Day is our excuse to have fun, but really there is every excuse every day to identify someone, to give them encouragement, to say attaboy or attagirl, to say I'm sorry that happened to you. Use your creative abilities to share so that other people can know that you care. Mm-hmm. I hope you have a great day. This has been Ashley Aliko teaching our class on pop-up cards. I'm Sweetie Berry, one of the writers at Dare Whimsy. Dare Whimsy is a community for gifted and creative women who come together to release, restore, and relax into being themselves and to learn a few fun crafts along the way. We hope you'll join us each week. On Thursday, there are 2 posts this week. There's the post that Ashley has written as a how-to on how to do this fun craft. Then there's also one about mothering and how to celebrate motherhood and celebrating Mother's Day from all different perspectives on Thursday on the blog at darewhimsy.com, or excuse me, darewhimsy.com. We hope you'll visit us there and be back next week for the conversation here. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great week.